Hello, spooky friends, and I am going to review Halloween Kills. It is a phenomenal movie. There is action from the beginning all the way up until the very end. It is excellent. It takes you back to Halloween night 1978, and it kind of tells a story of what could have happened after they have taken Lori away in the ambulance. And the recreation of that is just excellent. It is so good. It is spot on in the details. So good. James Jude Courtney, who plays Michael in this one, is phenomenal. Excellent job on that. The killings are absolutely brutal. There's lots of jump scares. Um, it is so great. My favorite line in the film is said by adult Lonnie, and he says, he creeps, he kills, he goes home. I love that line. And speaking of Lonnie, they focus somewhat on Lonnie's character. Now, Lonnie is the kid in the very first one who taunts Tommy at the school and says the boogeyman's gonna get you, and gives Tommy a hard time at the school. So he's kind of like, the little kid that was one of the bullies at the beginning. And then later on in the film, Loomis is standing in the bushes and he's watching the Myers house for Michael, and Lonnie and two other boys are standing there and they dare Lonnie to go up there. And as Lonnie reaches the door, Dr. Loomis, whispers out and he's like, "Hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there." One of the most funny parts of that movie. And the kids scream and they take off running. That's from the first movie. So you're seeing Lonnie as a child in that movie. Well, in this movie, he is grown and he is actually very good friends with Tommy and Lindsay. And that brings me to my next thoughts on the movie. It is great to see a grown Tommy Doyle that is a badass in this movie. He really is. And then you have a grown-up Lindsay that is in this film as well, and her character doesn't get much screen time, but she does excellent in this movie. And then the nurse from the first Halloween that is in the car with Dr. Loomis in the opening scene, she is also in this film as well, and she doesn't get a lot of screen time either. But it was great to see the three of them in this film again. The ending is fantastic. It is left open for another one, of course. Imagine that. Tom Jones Jr. plays briefly Dr. Loomis in this film on the recreation of the 1978 part, and he is spot on. Oh my gosh, it gave me chills when I saw it. I thought it was CG. I did not realize it was an actual person playing Dr. Loomis, because he looked so much like him that it was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. And when you see the film and you have seen all the others and Dr. Loomis, it kind of makes you like kind of sad inside, like, oh, it's Dr. Loomis. I've missed you, Dr. Loomis. Like, that's what it makes you feel like in this film, that he nails it so good. The special effects in this movie are excellent as well. There's lots of blood and gore and slashing. They were spot on. I definitely give this movie 5 stars all the way, all the way. Rotten Tomatoes gave it 49%. Yeah, I am shocked at that. I shouldn't be, because you know how I feel about Rotten Tomatoes. They are rotten. Um, but yeah, to me, this one, as far as sequels go, this is best. This is I even like this one better than I did the previous one, by far, by far. So no disappointments at all. I watched it on Peacock because the theaters around here were all sold out of tickets, so I wasn't able to see it in the theater, but I was able to watch it on Peacock. So we had a cozy night in to watch the movie, and I'm glad we did. It was great, but I also would not have been disappointed paying the matinee prices to go see it at the show. I wouldn't have regretted it whatsoever to see this movie. I will say though that if you've never, seen any of the previous Halloween movies, to watch this, you wouldn't understand some of it. Um, so I will say that I highly recommend that if you have never seen any of the Halloween films, at least watch the first one before you watch this one. The other ones don't even matter. They don't even matter. But yeah, watch the first one before this one. Also, I want to talk about there's some special characters in this film as well that make another appearance in this film that were from the original Halloween. I'm not going to say who it is because I feel like I'm already giving too much of the movie away. So definitely look for those special characters as well. And they do kind of have a pretty long screen time. I will say that. What else can I tell you? It's just the hype surrounding it is worth it. It definitely was worth hyping up for, definitely. And the good thing is, if you watch it on Peacock, you can watch it over and over and over again. So I like that about watching it on Peacock as well, rather than going to the movie. What else can I say? Like I said, it starts off from 1978 on what could have happened after they've taken Laurie away in the ambulance. But they don't, it's not what happens to Laurie. It's about what happens to the police, I should say. The police point of view from 1978 at that point, and how they're running around trying to catch Michael. And once again, Michael's on a killing spree. I should say that. There's two characters that a lot of people really liked in this film, but I just thought they were okay. I didn't see what the major hype was, and that is the Johns, Little John and Big John. They were okay characters, but I don't see why they were hyped up as much. They didn't have a lot of screen time, and what little screen time they had, I mean, it was somewhat good, but not like people are hyping it up. So I don't understand all that, but whatever. What else can I say? Oh, you do get at the end of the film, Jason is surrounded by the neighborhood. I mean, not Jason, Michael is surrounded by like neighborhood people that are wanting to kill him because evil must die. And his mask gets taken off. I'm not going to say who takes off the mask or anything, but his mask gets taken off, and for a brief moment or two, from a distance, you kind of get to see what his face would look like, but from a distance. And it is shot like at an angle, which pays tribute back to the first one again, when him and Laurie are struggling at the end on the top of the stairs, and she takes his mask off, and for like a brief moment and at an angle and half dark, you can see Michael's face. So there is a moment when he is without his mask in this movie, but of course he picks it up and carries on because that's what Michael does. So I think I'm going to end it on that note. If you have seen Halloween Kills, let us know down in the comments section below. We would really like to know what your favorite part of the movie is. And like I said, watch the first one before you watch this one, if you've never seen any of them before. All right, that's going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. And remember, stay spooky, my friends.